Be honest with me for a second. Right now, where is your phone? Is it in your hand? Is it face up on the desk next to you, just waiting to light up with a notification? Maybe you even found this podcast while you were scrolling through a feed, looking for something to take the boredom away. Welcome to the very first episode of Don't Waste Your Time. I'm your host, and today we are going deep into a habit that is quietly killing your English progress. We're talking about the infinite scroll. You know the feeling. You open an app to check one thing, and suddenly 45 minutes have vanished. Your thumb just keeps moving. Swipe up, swipe up, swipe up. In the tech world, we call this the doom scroll. But for an English learner, it's more than just a waste of time. It's a fluency killer. Why? Because social media has rewired our brains to crave micro content. We want 15-second tips. We want 3-word idioms. We want the secret trick to speaking like a native in under 10 seconds. But here is the cold, hard truth. Fluency is a long-form game. You cannot build a marathon runner's lungs by taking 5-step walks, and you cannot build a fluent brain by watching 5-second clips. Let's look at the science for a moment. When you scroll, your brain releases dopamine. It's a tiny hit of pleasure. Oh, a funny cat. Dopamine. Oh, a quick English tip. Dopamine. But this dopamine loop creates a very short attention span. If your brain is used to moving to a new topic every 15 seconds, how can you expect to sit through a 30-minute business meeting in English? How can you expect to read a 10-page report or watch a full movie without subtitles? You are training your brain to be distracted. You aren't learning English. You are practicing the art of losing focus. Today, we're going to stop that. We're going to talk about how to take your time back, how to move from passive scrolling to active acquisition, and how to make sure your phone is a tool for your success, not a cage for your potential. Now, let's talk about a very specific trap, the saved folder graveyard. Do you have a folder on Instagram or TikTok full of English tips? Be real with me. You see a teacher shouting, "Stop saying very," and you think, "Wow, that's useful," and you hit save. You feel a sense of accomplishment. You think you've learned something. But have you? Usually, the answer is no. This is what psychologists call inattentional learning. Because you didn't use the information, and because you immediately scrolled to a video of a pancake recipe right after, your brain didn't move that English tip into your long-term memory. It threw it in the trash to make room for the pancakes. This is the illusion of learning. We feel productive because we are consuming educational content, but consumption is not the same as acquisition. Think about the grammar for a moment. To really understand a concept, let's say the present perfect, your brain needs to see it in context, hear it in a story, and then use it in a sentence. That takes time. It takes more than 60 seconds. When we scroll, we are skipping the most important part of learning, the struggle. If it's easy to consume, it's easy to forget. I want to introduce a concept here: active versus passive consumption. Passive consumption is when you sit back and let the algorithm feed you. You are a passenger. Active consumption is when you are the driver. You choose the topic, you pause the audio, you repeat the words. If you spend 1 hour scrolling through English tips, you might see 100 new words, but you will remember 0. But if you spend 1 hour listening to one podcast episode, taking notes on 5 specific phrases, and then saying those phrases out loud while you wash the dishes, you have actually grown. You have moved the needle. So, here is your first challenge of the day. After this episode ends, I want you to go into your saved folder. Pick one video, just one. Watch it 3 times. Write down the main point. Use it in a comment or a text message. Then, delete the rest of the folder. Stop hoarding information and start using it. We need to move away from the buffet style of learning. You don't need 1,000 bites of 1,000 different dishes. You need one good meal that you can actually digest. So how do we fix this? If the world is designed to distract us, how do we build a fortress of focus? It starts with something I call the Goldilocks Rule. You remember the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears? The porridge was too hot, too cold, or just right. Your English content needs to be just right. Most social media content is too cold. It's too easy. It's just a word and a translation. It doesn't challenge your brain. On the other hand, trying to read a 500-page medical journal in English might be too hot. It's frustrating, so you quit and go back to scrolling. To find just right, you need comprehensible input. This means content where you understand about 80% of what is happening, but the other 20% stretches your mind. This is where podcasts shine. When you listen to a long-form audio, your brain has to build a mental map. You aren't seeing images, so your mind has to work to see the story. This is incredible exercise for your fluency. Let's try a focus exercise right now. We are about halfway through this hour. If your mind is wandering, that's okay. Bring it back. Focus on the sound of my voice. Notice the rhythm. Notice how I pause between important ideas. In the next few minutes, I want to give you a framework for deep work English. Step 1. The airplane mode session. If you want to improve, you need at least 20 minutes a day of deep English. No notifications, no multitasking. Put your phone in another room. Open a book or listen to a piece of audio like this and do nothing else. Step 2. The rule of 3. When you hear a phrase you like, for example, earlier I used the phrase moved the needle, don't just think cool phrase. Stop. Say it. Moved the needle. Say it again. This study session really moved the needle for me. By the third time, your tongue is starting to build the muscle memory. You see, fluency is not a knowledge problem. You probably already know enough grammar. Fluency is a processing problem. Your brain needs to be able to find the words quickly. And your brain cannot find the words quickly if it is constantly being interrupted by ding, buzz, someone liked your photo. We have to protect our focus like it is the most valuable thing we own, because it is. We've talked about the problem, and we've talked about the psychology. Now, let's talk about the environment. Imagine you are trying to lose weight, but your house is filled with chocolate, pizza, and soda. Every time you walk into the kitchen, you have to fight your own desires. Eventually, you will get tired and you will eat the chocolate. Learning English is the same. If your phone is set to your native language and your apps are filled with content from your home country, you are fighting an uphill battle. You are making your brain work harder than it needs to. Step 1 of Digital Minimalism, the language flip. Go into your settings right now. Change your phone's system language to English. Yes, it will be frustrating for the first 2 days. You might get lost trying to find your alarm or your privacy settings. But that frustration, that is your brain growing. You are learning functional English, the words you need to survive in a digital world. You'll learn words like enable, disable, notifications, storage, and sync. These are high-frequency words you won't find in an old textbook. Step 2. The algorithm reset. The algorithm isn't your enemy, it's a mirror. It shows you what you look at. If you want to stop wasting your time, you have to train your algorithm. Start searching for your hobbies in English. If you love photography, follow 3 English-speaking photographers. If you love video games, watch 1 review in English every day. Soon, your Discover page will stop being a distraction and start being an immersion tank. You won't be studying English. You'll be living it through your interests. Remember, the goal isn't to spend less time on your phone. It's to spend better time on it. We want to turn your scrolling time into acquisition time. When you see a post in English about a topic you love, your brain doesn't see grammar, it sees information. And that, my friends, is the secret to fluency. It's when the language becomes the bridge, not the barrier. As we come to the end of our hour together, I want to do something a little different. I don't want you to just listen. I want you to participate. This is our active lab. I'm going to say a short paragraph about the future of your English journey. I want you to listen the first time. The second time, I want you to shadow me. That means you try to say the words at the exact same time as me, matching my speed, my emotion, and my pauses. Here is the text. My time is my most valuable resource. I choose to spend it on growth, not just on entertainment. Every word I learn is a step toward a bigger world. I am not just a student, I am a communicator. Today, I am taking control. Now, let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. My time is my most valuable resource. I choose to spend it on growth, not just on entertainment. Every word I learn is a step toward a bigger world. I am not just a student, I am a communicator. Today, I am taking control. How did that feel? If it felt difficult, good. That means you were focused. We have spent enough time together today. Think about that. In the time it takes to watch 60 one-minute reels, you have instead listened to a deep discussion. You have challenged your focus. You have resisted the urge to swipe away. You have already proven that you can handle long-form English. As you go about the rest of your day, I have one final request. Don't go back to the scroll immediately. Give your brain 5 minutes of silence. Let the English you heard today settle into your mind. The world will try to tell you that you don't have enough time to learn a language. But now you know the truth. You have the time. You just have to stop wasting it. Thank you for joining me on this first episode of Don't Waste Your Time. I'm so proud of the focus you showed today. Until next time, keep learning, keep focusing, and keep growing. Goodbye for now.